am again back to talk to you about more bees. Be a friend of the bees. This is our last segment on our books about bees. So this book is called Kaya and the Bees. It's by Meredith Boltz and it's illustrated by Angela Dominguez. This book is about this little girl named Kaya. Kaya is brave most of the time. Her dad is a beekeeper, so they have bees on their roof of their house where they live. And some fun things to know about bees is that they're pollinators. They even pollinate apples and blueberries. But when Kaya acts scared around the bees in front of her friends laugh and say, "Some beekeeper you are." After that, Kaya decides, I really am going to help my dad with the bees. So she puts on her bee suit and she goes up and helps her dad. Well, she does get a little sting, but it's okay. It hurt, but she was okay. And later, Kaya and her family harvest the honey that the bees had made. And then Kaya tells her dad, "I will help again because bees are amazing and scary and mysterious. We need the bees." Kaya is brave most of the time. And there she is, being very brave and helping Dad with the bees up on the roof. And there's the honey that they got. And that's the end of this particular book. You can check it out at the library. Thanks for joining me. Hello, welcome back. This is the second book that we're going to read today. It's called Bees. It's an early reader, so if you're just learning how to read, this is a great book to start out with. And this is a factual book. So in this book, we're going to learn about bees, which we've been learning about, and some things that bees do for us. Bees help both people and plants. Honeybees make honey and beeswax, and people use their beeswax in lots of different ways. And you can see there's a candle here, and there's some soap that's made out of it, but best of all, some honey. Here's a cool fact. Honeybees do a dance called the waggle, which tells other bees in the hive where the nectar is. And if you like bee jokes, this also has some jokes in here. Oh, look at that picture. That's a cool one. Check this out. Why did the bee get married? Because he found his honey. So if you like jokes and lots of facts about bees, you can check this book out too. Stay tuned because we're going to have a silly song with Miss Tess, and we're going to have another video with Miss Elizabeth.
Hey, Rock! Should we do a song for the kids? All right, we have a fun song for you about bees. Did you know that there's a way to get a bee off of you if it lands on you? What is the best way? Is it to freak out and scream and run away? No, that is not the best way. The best way is to gently blow on the bee and it'll fly away. You don't need to be afraid, just blow on the bee. We have a fun song to help you remember that. So let's see if the bee will land on Rock. Oh, here comes a buzzing bee. It landed on his toe. Here we go. A bee is on my toe. A bee is on my toe. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A bee is on my toe. Good job. Uh-oh, it landed on his knee. A bee is on my knee. A bee is on my knee. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A bee is on my knee. Oh no, it landed on his tongue. There, a bee is on my tongue. A bee is on my tongue. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A bee is on my tongue. Uh-oh, it landed on his nose. A bee is on my nose. A bee is on my nose. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A bee is on my nose. That was a close one, Rock.
When the bees make their honey, they have to cap the honey with a wax seal. In order to get the honey, we have to break that seal. So this is called uncapping. I am uncapping the honey so that the honey will come out. We drain it out of the frame that it's on, and then we can strain our honey. Look at that delicious honey. So now we have gotten the honey off of our frame. It's drained into this bucket. It was strained through a thin cloth, and now we are pouring it into another type of strainer. This helps to get out any large bits of comb, and then also fine little bits of grass or anything that could be mixed into the honey. We just want the honey. So now I'm making sure we get it all out of that bucket. It's very sticky. Then we let it sit, finish straining into the second bucket, and then, not too long, we have some beautiful honey. I hope you enjoyed our adventure.
Thanks for joining us for our bee series. We had a lot of fun making it for you this summer.
And I had a great time making videos for you of the bees in my backyard. If you ever have any bee questions, just come by the library, ask for Miss Elizabeth. And I sure had fun making music with you this summer. We hope you liked learning about the bees, and this fall you can learn about helping other wildlife in your neighborhood. So stay tuned for that.